Tifu, by getting too attached to a 12-year-old kid. It started about 1.5 years ago when I, 26 meters, got a call from a single dad with a 10-year-old son who wanted to get into boxing. I had recently opened my own gym to coach at-risk youth, boxing, fitness and leadership skills, and he was going to be one of my first students. He was a very respectful kid. His dad was a bit of a jerk, very hot-headed, lived vicariously through his son, and definitely on steroids. The kid's mom was in and out of rehab. The kid, I will call Sam, was incredibly respectful to me and all other adults. Having adult conversations with them, asking them how their day was, and being awesome. After about a year, the dad got a new job and couldn't get Sam to practice. So for months I would pick him up before practice and drive him home after. I spent a lot of time with this kid and he reminded me of my little brother. We teased each other, bled together, laughed together, and talked about life and what he wanted I helped out with construction in their house. Had food with them and became good friends with him, his dad and his sister. I think it got to a point that boxing class was more about having fun than learning. And whether it was him or his dad's dream, he wasn't progressing as fast as his dad wanted him to. Come September, there's some changes in the gym and I can't give him a ride anymore. Then his mom gets out of rehab. His dad gets a new job and Sam can't afford the fees. I let him get away without paying for a few months. The gym falls on hard times in December, and I need Sam or his dad to pay for his membership. Sam's dad won't pay, so Sam has to take a couple weeks off to get the money for class, doing side jobs or whatever. One day on Instagram I see a video posted by another coach in the area. A fairly decent coach with some well-established fighters he has collected. And in the background Sam is there working out. It wrecked me. Everything I did for him, and for him to leave without saying goodbye. I know I'm not the best coach. I don't have the best team or the best competitors. I am glad to see him continuing his dream and fighting with a better gym with better competition for him to train with. But no goodbye. No telling me anything. No falling out. Just gone. This was a couple days ago. I texted him telling him I'm glad he's learning, but I'm hurt he didn't say bye. He texted me today happy birthday and I don't even want to reply. I'm a 26-year-old man who been gutted by a kid to the point I don't even want to text him a thank you. I will. I'm just hurt for now. TLDR. Coached a kid for boxing and for life for a couple years. Let him get away without paying until I couldn't afford it. He disappeared and popped up at a new gym. I'm very sad. Edit. I did text him and say thank you. You guys are correct. Confrontation could be intimidating for him. I still hope to see him excel in boxing. Edit 2. Talking about it and hearing what you guys said helped me for sure. So thank you all except the weirdos assuming they type of relationship I had or that I have the inability to read social clues. Everything I did was because his dad and him asked me to. We work with kids who don't have active parents or struggle a lot. And I'm new to this all, so I have a lot to learn and things to get used to. Edit 3. One last thing, since people are still making weird accusations about my relationship with him. Our gym, if for mental health, life, and leadership. We talk a lot with the kids about a lot of stuff with their and their parents' consent. Things they don't want their parents to know. We tell them if it's something dangerous, stuff they're dealing with, family issues, etc. So though it's different than what some of you may be used to, it's not different from this specific program that has been around for a decade. Former educator here. This isn't unusual behavior from kids or parents. Don't blame the kid. They often don't realize that it would be nice to say thank you when an adult has gone out of their way. Don't take that action. Not saying anything personally either. Do recognize that the kid reaching out to wish you a happy birthday is a sign of appreciation. Enjoy knowing that he thought of you today. When that kid grows up, he will tell his kids about you. Welcome to legend status. You did a great thing. That is rough. My guess is that the kid's scared of the confrontation, which kind of makes sense on his part. He is only 10 years old, and I imagine switching gyms might not be his decision but his dad's. It's not your fault or the kid's. Don't hold it against him. He probably didn't have an opportunity to say goodbye. That's on his dad. And moving gyms isn't really rude or anything. It's unfortunately just business. My man, you did something really good and that kid won't forget. He's so young that he does not have autonomy yet, and you also shouldn't be getting too deep in text with him. I would recommend lightening up for his sake to keep his memory of you a positive and ongoing one. And saying thank you for the birthday wish. You yourself are very young, so it's understandable you may not be able to understand the processes going on here. And there are obviously many with his interesting family. It really sucks he didn't say goodbye, but maybe he wasn't given an option. Also, he may feel really bad and awkward about the money thing. Teacher here. Your young person probably doesn't have control over the situation. Dad could have looked for someone new, or got a deal, or a whole lot of other things. The kid might have no idea how to tell you, since you must be incredibly important to them. How does a kid with so few good people in their lives give bad news to the one good person? Forgive all. My friend, as a teacher you will have kids come and go through your lives year after year, and though only some will hit you in the feels, they are also the ones who you invest in with the hopes you are making a difference. You made a difference in the kid's life. For sure. How you act now will also make a difference in the kid's life. So, get on the high road and show him how it is done. My best to you for what you do and what you did for this kiddo. You're a good dude. And it's obvious you made a connection. Forgive him for being a kid, and his family circumstances. But also forgive yourself. You did more than most people have done for this kid. Take pride in that. Text him. Text him back and say thank you. You're a teacher. He's a student. Doesn't matter if he's your student or someone else's now. You still have those roles. Who knows? He may reach out at some point in a few years when he knows more about himself and the world, and maybe you can at least get some closure. I feel like most of us remember the good teachers and adults who were good influences on us when we were younger. He just may not be able to approach the situation maturely yet due to his age and lack of life experiences. When I was 12, I left my taekwondo gym that I had been going to since I was 7. And I was planning on doing it without telling anyone, including the awesome teacher I had known for so long and treated me so well, just because I felt so guilty about leaving. Luckily my dad talked me into telling them, and I'm glad they did, because once I did tell them and they were so sad, it clicked in my head that they were going to miss me. It's just an age thing. One day he will realize and maybe say something. I'd reply to his message though. Could be his way of trying to reach our. You got him to his next level and provided a good role model for him. Congratulations, coach. You did your job. That job is done for the time being. Well done. Move on. Take joy in that you got him to a point where he could join another gym and hit the ground running. You were his origin story, and there's no shortage of children that need someone like you just as much, if not more. Please go find them and pour just as much attention into them. I've had some great teacher-student relationships through the years. Generally speaking, once they graduate, even if I was their favorite teacher, I will not hear from them again. That's fine. I never contacted any of my favorite teachers from school, but they are still important to me. Recognize the good in what you did and let that be its own reward. Just ducking, text him back and wish him the best of luck, and hope you see him fight sometime. You know, I was so worried when I read the title. We give what we have. We put our hearts to it. They do not have to cheer us. Sometimes they don't even say thank you before they leave. This is what it means to give without expectation. Sometimes, knowing that we gave is all we get. Reddit is so interesting. Number 26-year-old world even think of sharing something like this with me IRL. All those teachers who dug so deep to give me such a good education. With few exceptions, I never talked to them after the year was up. They would fill up a room, but I still appreciate what they did and who they were. It doesn't have to be goodbye. You can be supportive from the sidelines. We are all rooting for Sam to win at life, regardless of the path he takes. There are many more at-risk youth that you can assist. You may want to explore social work as a secondary career. You have the passion it takes to mentor at-risk youth by providing a safe outlet for aggression. Get a grant. Open a non-profit boxing school for at-risk youth.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.